Hey guys, so my '07 Honda, not sure how well you can make that out, but I have this code besides my oil life at 10%, this B6 code, and that's what that wrench is over there as well. And basically did some online research. It's probably in the owner's manual as well, but it's basically my rear differential fluid. This is a 2007 Honda Pilot four-wheel drive, and it has the VTM-4, which I haven't had a lot of need for, but I'm glad to have it in case I end up off-road or in snow or something eventually. But so we'll be looking at that pretty soon and changing that out. Here we are at my website, number1synthetic.com, and what we're going to do, we're going to look up the '07 Honda Pilot, which is our main family vehicle, and you can look your vehicle up here and see what Amsoil products are recommended for your vehicle. And I think I have the J35A9L. I think that's the one I have. So yeah, here we are, the Signature 520 for motor oil. But let's go on down and look here. Transmission, see differential, no recommendations available. Amsoil does not make a fluid for the Honda Acura VTM-4 differential. However, they do make the Severe Gear is recommended for the transfer case. So what we have is genuine Honda VTM-4 differential fluid. We got a gallon of that. It'll probably take three and a half quarts or something, and we got a nice fluid pump for that. Got actually both of these on Amazon. This has different size caps, and one of these, according to reviews, is supposed to fit this bottle, so we'll find out. But what I'm really excited about is the new Amsoil Severe Gear, the EasyPack. This is a packaging that currently is still an Amsoil exclusive. They worked with some industry partners to develop this, and we are going to try this out today. I have never used this. I'm excited. Basically, it eliminates the need for a hand pump, and we're going to pump this by hand, squeeze the bag, and put it right into the transfer case. So it's very exciting, and you can get that at number1synthetic.com. Alright guys, here we are underneath the '07 Honda Pilot, and here's your drain, and here's your fill. And it's a simple 3/8 square drive, socket drive. So I've got a breaker bar and this 3/8. The combination I've got here, I think this is a 3-inch extension, and I've got this 1/2 inch to 3/8. Anyway, I'm trying to do it without dropping the spare tire right here, but that would give you more room to work, so just be aware you may want to go ahead and do that. But see, I've managed to get everything in, so let's see here how tight this is. There we go. So we broke the fill plug loose, and we'll just use just take this off. And I bought a nice little set on Amazon that contains many different sizes of aluminum crush washers. So let's see. I'm kind of curious as to if this thing was full, because we've literally got nothing draining out right now. But we're going to go ahead and use our breaker bar now to get the bottom bolt. Remember, taking out that top bolt ensures that you can get fluid back in. You don't want to drain your fluid and realize you can't refill it for some weird reason, you know. So we're gonna crank this off. That little battery-powered impact might make this. Wow, that's tight. Okay. I think somebody cranked that sucker down. No reason for it to be this tight. That's ridiculous. Alright, now that my air compressor has stopped running, I do have my impact here. I just don't want to bust my knuckles. If I had a pipe, I could throw on the end of that breaker bar, but I'm just gonna, I've only got this thing set at like 70 psi, so we'll see. Wow. Unbelievable. Turn it up. This should not be this tight, but again, we didn't own the car. We've only had it, you know, not even a year. So here we go. Trying to use the least force possible. I don't want to break anything. Wow, yeah, you can see it coming out. Sorry guys, the air compressor kicked on. But yeah, we're going to let this drain. Fluid actually looked nice. It wasn't actually making any of that dreaded differential noise, but like I said, we don't know when it was last done on this car, and the dash was telling me to go ahead and do it, so I'm going to take care of it. Our magnet looks decent, but I'll grab a paper towel and we'll wipe it off while we're letting this thing drain. So guys, here's the plug, and this is what we got off on the paper towel. Nothing crazy, very, very light residue. This is a very weak magnet too. I held it up and to test it. It makes me wonder if it would be worth getting a magnetic plug from Gold Plug. Goldplug.com, I believe, is their site. Their magnetic drain plugs are super strong. I think I talk about one in my 2002 Cavalier oil change. I have one on that car, so maybe next time this comes around, maybe I'll have looked into it to see if they make one for this application. I know they make custom stuff too. So here on the left is our fill plug, on the right the magnetic drain plug, and I do have new crush washers already installed, ready to go. These are the old ones, and I just went on Amazon, and this is the set I ended up getting. There's a bunch of different sets on there, but it's pretty good. People were saying this is, you know, everything they've ever needed as far as a crush washer on a car. So I thought it was kind of cool to just have all this stuff and not have to mess around. Alright guys, so we've got our plug with the new crush washer installed. Yeah, look at that. I can't believe how tight this bolt was put in, but hopefully we won't we'll tighten it to torque with my torque wrench. But honestly, this kind of stuff, I just normally do it. You know, I just use common sense method. Get it tight, you know, crush the washer, but don't, there's no reason to, you know, crank things down that hard. So we've got our torque wrench set to, oh, if you probably can't really make it out, I got it set to 33 foot-pounds. And there it is. That's all it is. Hard to believe how tight they had that thing. And we can monitor and check for leaks, but so we'll go ahead and ready to refill. So we've got our gallon jug of the Honda VTM-4 fluid with the pump that I got on Amazon. So this one did, as it said, fit the Honda gallon jug. It comes with two other adapters, and this one was actually pre-installed, so I didn't have to, I started to mess with it, and when I tried it, this one actually fit the best. I also labeled this because I only like to use, like I'm not going to use this pump for anything other than VTM-4 fluid. You know, do what you want, but that's what I think. Have a different pump for different fluids. I mean, you know, they've got different additives in it. If it's that important, then, you know, just use a separate pump for each thing. I'll probably just leave it connected to this bottle, and then when I go to do it again, just switch it to the new jug as needed. So here's my setup, guys. Just the hand pump in the gallon jug going into the differential. Now the gears are actually visible just inside of the fill hole, so you can't, you know, I hope that's kind of wedged in there a little bit. So you just got to make sure that doesn't fall out while you're pumping and adding the fluid. Yep, it's already moving, so I'm gonna have to hold my hand on it probably. And there you can see the red color of the Honda VTM-4 fluid going in. So from what I understand, this should take most of this jug, at least 3.5 quarts, something like that. And so we'll check back in at that point. Okay guys, we've got, according to the side of the jug, we've got almost 3 quarts in. I'm pretty happy with this fluid pump. It seems to have a large volume delivered per stroke. This has only taken me a couple of minutes, so yep, there we go. We're actually getting some out right now. So, and we are on the bottle, we are right at 1 quart left. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more just for good measure, but I think we're good. I mean, we got this sucker full. And go ahead and cap it off. I'll see if I can drain this kind of back into the bottle, because yeah, there's still a good quart for next time. So here's a tip. After you get your drain plug in and tight, and before you go to reinstall the fill plug, take your drain pan out of the way, because I sure enough dropped it in there. So after I fished it out and cleaned it off, we'll try this again. 33 to 35 foot-pounds set on there. Still pretty loose. There we go. And we'll get that nice click that differs from the click of the ratchet a little bit. But there it is. That's it. Alright. So we can recheck our torque on this one while we're here. Yep. So we'll clean up and move on to the transfer case. Alright, here we are under the front of the vehicle, and we're going to try to break this fill plug loose on the transfer case. I don't know if this has ever been touched because it looks really clean and really so good. That wasn't too bad. Thankful for that, because I don't think I could get an impact up in there like I did for the rear one. That was for the drain though, so get this fill plug out. Then we'll get our drain out. There's only about half a quart supposedly in here, so we're going to use I just got this tiny little pan here. It's more like a drip pan. So let's go ahead and put my 3/8 adapter back on. I'm getting all turned around here, trying to figure out which way is okay. So it would be this way. There we go. Cracked her loose. Not too bad. Wish I had some gloves. I keep forgetting to buy some gloves. Ooh, yeah, that. I wonder if that's original. I mean, it's dark and like it doesn't look like it's clear or anything like that. There's our washer. So yeah, we're gonna let that drain as much as we can. And I don't think this is a magnetic plug, which is kind of weird. So, not sure why they didn't put a factory. Yeah, there's no magnet. Anyway, we'll let this drain, clean up these plugs, get some new crush washers on them, and then we'll do the exciting part of refilling with the Amsoil EasyPack. I'm excited. So we've got our drain and fill bolts, which appear to be the same size, but we'll try not to mix them up. New crush washers, and I'm gonna reinstall. Yeah, this I kind of wish this did have a magnetic plug, and it looked like this fluid. I mean, it's you know, it's hard to say. Maybe the factory fluid or whatever was in here is supposed to look opaque like that, but I don't know. To me, my first thought was, wow, that fluid appears to be full of contaminants. Whoops, I made a mistake putting that bolt in. Getting ahead of myself here. Let's go ahead and torque this one. Crush our new crush washer. There you go. So guys, here we go. No pump needed. We're going to use this Amsoil EasyPack. And this oil, the oil in here is what's important. The EasyPack is secondary. That's just icing on the cake. This oil, it's a severe service, 100% synthetic. I'll talk about it while I'm putting it in, but I did go ahead and cut, as you can see, maybe you can see, I cut the tip off this. I wanted to have enough length to reach into the fill hole. But let's go ahead and take off this seal. So the Severe Gear has been around for a little while. This stuff is awesome. It already actually contains friction modifiers. Most limited slip differentials will not require any more friction modifier, but if you do experience chatter, Amsoil makes a product in a tiny bottle called Slip Lock, and you just add a little more of that. But this already contains, you know, I do have a limited slip differential in my 89 5-liter Mustang, and it works great on this stuff. I've never had any issues having to add extra friction modifier. So here we go. This is the first time I will have used one of these, and so without a pump, without further ado, we're just gonna jam that in the fill hole and squeeze the bag and see what happens. It's only going to take about half a quart, so I'll probably have enough to do this again if I want. Trying to maintain pressure on the bag because I don't want to suck, there we go, I don't want to suck contaminants back into the bag or anything. But that was amazingly easy. So in theory there's another half quart in here to change this out again at some point in the future if I don't use it for something else. But so that was a very nice experience. Let's talk about the oil inside the packaging. But the packaging is definitely nice. I don't know, maybe been out for a year or so. I don't know why I've just now got around to trying it. But yeah, the gear oil itself, Severe Gear contains technology that is used in wind turbines, and you might think that's kind of crazy that a little company, relatively little company like Amsoil Inc. out of Superior, Wisconsin, is involved in the giant wind turbines. But go online, maybe I'll even find the article and post it, but the wind turbine industry was having a crisis. The lubricants used in the transmissions of those wind turbines were failing. They were absolutely not holding up. And I mean, there were, you know, major oil companies involved, and they were unable to formulate an oil that would survive those harsh conditions in a wind turbine some 300 feet in the air. They would have things would just sludge up and gum up, and Amsoil got involved, and they actually have at least one wind turbine where the oil, the Amsoil gear oil, has been in the wind turbine, the same oil, for something like 9 years without being changed. That is extraordinary, and that's again, I mean, people think I'm crazy. Oh, Amsoil, why you think it's better than everything else? Well, if I thought there was something better, I'd be using that. So, you know, but do your research and find out and make your own calls on that stuff. But yeah, So this Severe Gear that we just installed, let me double check this torque again. The technology in this gear oil, in this extreme pressure gear oil, is the technology developed making oil for the wind turbine industry. And I think it's 50%. I think the Amsoil wind turbine oil is what's in the General Electric transmissions for the windmills, factory fill. And I think we're now in something like 50% of the U.S. wind market. And sorry, show you. So the Amsoil Severe Gear, 75W-90. There are other viscosities. There's a 75W-110, 75W-140, and there's even heavier viscosities for like rock crawling and stuff. But I'll try to link to this down in the comments. Thank you. Alright, so the B6 code there is for the VTM-4 fluid, and we did that, so let's see if we can reset it here. Oil service life I'm not worried about either. I'm just going to reset that because I am using the Amsoil Signature Series, and we've got, I don't know, 5-6 more months to go on that. So yeah, 144.5 on the miles. And where are we here? Did it about 140K in April, and it's now October. So yeah, we got a lot more time on the Amsoil Signature Series oil. I guess we'll find, okay, cool. Oil life 100. And so I think the B6 code is gone, and that was the code for the VTM-4. You can see I do have a check engine light, which O'Reilly has scanned for me and determined it's one of my oxygen sensors. That's another project I got to get to. But car runs great, honestly. 07 Honda Pilot, good stuff here. #1synthetic.com, guys. So real quick, guys, I just want to stick a magnet. This is a magnetic parts. You know, if you drop a screw down in your engine compartment, so you can see it's magnetic. And I'm just curious what we drained out of the Honda differential, since it didn't have any kind of magnetic plug. I'm just curious because this oil could very well be original, and I'm just curious what we might end up with. I know this isn't a scientific method. The pan wasn't clean when I started. Sorry. Yeah, I don't see anything like too crazy on there. Let's see. Okay, nothing to get excited about, actually. Looks pretty clean, so that's reassuring, I guess, but it would be nice. Oh, there are some particles on there. I don't know if you can make those out on the camera or not, but there are some. So anyway, good thing we got that changed, and maybe we'll go ahead and change it again sooner than later. And again, I've probably got, you know, half a quart left here. This thing, I'm really happy with this EasyPack, and you know, if you want to try it, try it for the oil. Try it for the oil inside the Amsoil 100% synthetic gear lube. But yeah, here's my website and information. Guys, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, share. But yeah, please go to my website, #1synthetic.com. Do yourself a favor, sign up as a preferred customer. It's $20 for a year, but you're going to buy your Amsoil at wholesale at dealer cost. Yeah, and if you're interested in becoming a dealer or partnering with me as far as, maybe you own an auto repair shop and you want to carry Amsoil, I can get you set up on an account, buying everything at wholesale. So yeah, check it out, number1synthetic.com. Michael Troll, Amsoil dealer. Thank you.